The younger generation really doesn't drink. And so I think that's interesting. But I always say this, and I think people don't like this statement that I say is I think everybody thought that everybody would like cannabis a lot more than they do.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a preference thing. I think it's a stigma thing. So I think we have a long way to go on that side of things where if you're like at a mommy event and like having a glass of wine is like completely acceptable. But if you're like pulling out a super low dose gummy, people would probably look at you weird, right? And so that tells me there's still a stigma.
Yeah, it's so true. I hadn't thought about it that way. You know what's so interesting? I was walking across the traffic lights the other day and there was these two women in front of me and they were having the biggest conversation about gummies. And I was like,
But
this
it's usually like I'm having it like with her, I'm not having it with them. Do you know what I mean?
no,
Like,
totally. But it was like
yeah.
this kind of conversation, and I was listening in, like not like intently, but I kind of was because I was like, oh, they're right in
You're
front of
like,
me, and
hey.
I've got my puppy here, and I'm just like minding my own business, and then she's talking to this other girl and going, "This is what the benefits are, and this is what it's doing." It was a real education conversation, and I was like. And even when we got to the other side of the traffic lights, they were still talking about it. I was like, oh, interesting. It was just a different spin, a different take on it. And it is exactly what you're talking about because, alcohol does just like does so much damage to you, right? Like, but it's so normal to
Mhm.
go out, see someone have a drink. But if you were to, like you say, pull out some sort of, a gummy or whatever, like people would be just like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
hmm Yeah, no, it's funny. And it's funny, like I go like my kids go to like a really conservative private school in the area and like people like I don't do day-to-day operations. Like I don't like slang gummies at the playground, right? Like I'm like go to a dispensary and like buy it legally and like you know what I mean? That's not my part of it. But like I can't tell you how many women late 30s, mid 30s, early 40s come to me and they're like I can't sleep and like somebody has told me that this will work and like I'm going through like a hormone change or just whatever change they're going through and so that's like the market that I see struggling the most with the stigma because it's like of course listen you shouldn't take like a high dose edible and get blitzed when you're watching your kids. However, there's a safe way to do it, even safer than some of the other sleep drugs
Yeah.
to take to be able to get good sleep so you can function for your kids tomorrow.